ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Anime Watch Club, a bi-weekly group discussion and review where the host of the Voice Anime podcast nominate and vote on shows either we haven't seen or shows that hopefully lead to a great discussion. On today's episode, the everybody but me will have a wrong opinion on one specific couple. Podcasters will be reviewing the 2017 anime Tsuredure Children. Let's meet our little kittens. Speaking of little kittens, after a month break, our little kitten is back. We got Kat. Kat, how's it going?
After a month break, not only am I a little kitten, I also have another little kitten.
It's true.
I have 5 cats now.
Hey, you're named Kat for a reason. You live up to the name.
Yes, I do.
All right. Thanks for coming back and joining us, Kat. Miles, unfortunately, was having internet issues, so he's not going to be able to join us. But we still got Pat. Pat, how's it going?
At least you still have me. Thank goodness. Yeah. And Kat, why isn't your name Cat's Zodiac at this point? Someone play the stupid soundboard thing for me. But yeah, that was good. That was a good little transition for me. But yeah, we miss you, Miles. But we know you're okay. At least we were talking to you 2 minutes ago. So I don't know why I'm saying I miss him. But, yeah.
Did he die the last time we talked to him?
He died.
Yeah. I guess we technically don't know. But
That's true.
I hope not.
It's
But all right, yeah. So
Ligma.
wait, what's Ligma?
Who the hell is Steve Jobs?
Okay.
Yeah. Let's.
Yes, and was very well done there, guys. Good job podcasting, guys. We'll get there after in our 7th year. We'll get there. We watched Tsuredure Children, a 2017 summer 2017 more specifically show done by Studio Gokumi, who I've never heard of, although I'm sure I've watched something they've done before. But yeah, this show is based on a 4-koma manga. Genres of comedy, romance, and school theming, shonen demographic. Why don't we do our first impressions? Normally I kick it here to He Who Shall Not Be Named, but Kat, you get to go first this time. What are your first impressions, and would you recommend this show?
Yeah, my first impressions of the show, the first time I watched the show was a good long time ago. But it was about time for a rewatch, to be honest. And honestly, it reminds me of a lot of the shows that I would watch just like a lot of those like kind of fun, not necessarily nothing shows, but very similar to, somebody's NCIS type of thing, like just before like going to bed type of shows.
You missed a Chicago Fire joke. Come on.
Chicago Fire's ass, and I stand on that fucking hill.
How many episodes of Chicago Fire have you watched?
2,
Not
and
enough.
I'd rather not watch another. But yeah, this is very similar to that. But I very much enjoyed it. It's very warm to me. Like, it gives me a warm feeling when I'm watching it. So I would absolutely recommend it to people who aren't shonen bros.
This is a shonen.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about when I say shonen bros. I'm talking about people.
I do get your point. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It is funny to think about. But no, so why don't you expand on that just in case there is confusion?
Oh, okay. So this is your
No,
first
I
time.
do get it though, genuinely, but Pete doesn't clearly, so please go for it.
Yeah, this is your first time in the anime community. Shonen bros are just people who watch battle shonen, and that's about it. Shonen just refers to the demographic. Shonen bros is somebody who just watches battle shonen, and that's it.
This is also coming from Kat, who in his background has a Bleach poster.
Damn right, I got a Bleach, a Fate, and a Jujutsu Kaisen poster in my background.
I just love it.
All right, is that 3 battle shonen you just mentioned? I'm just
2
curious.
battle shonen. Thank you very much.
It's the weebs beating up other weebs, calling weebs meme.
I never said I wasn't a hypocrite.
That's very true. You haven't, but yeah. So you'd recommend this to anyone that isn't a shonen bro specifically, or
Who
just
isn't primarily a shonen bro.
Got it. Alrighty. Pete, what about you? What are your first thoughts?
So this is gonna be really tough because this is my most rewatched show ever. So this is my 9th time watching Tsuredure Children. This came out like right when I started hardcore watching, and like I fell in love with this series immediately. I love how it is a unique take on just like couples in romance, that we have so many different tropes, so many different types of cast of characters, and that's what really drew me to it. Outside of like the short runtime and the lack of development, I think it's really fun when shows take different risks in implementing how they want to like portray their show, because in this manga there's like four more couples that are just never introduced in the anime. So I like it. I love it when you like, okay, what are we picking and choosing from a manga to add to the anime? How are we going to make the runtime good enough to get the message across? And I think the show does a great job at two things. One, it's quick and easy to consume. It's an absolute breeze. The voice acting for the Japanese sub and the English dub are both incredible. I think it's just a super enjoyable watch to get through. But the second time is, I think it has enough cast of characters where you can get at least invested in at least one of the couples, where if you wanted to, you could like gravitate towards any amount of couples. And because it's so short, you always have like that looking forward to the next time that they show up on screen, because there's a really good chance that they're going to show up on screen, or it does a good job at capturing your interest and you just go read the manga because the manga is short as well. So it does a lot of these different elements of a show that is kind of unique for romances, because we don't really get like short romances. I feel a lot of times it's like comedy or slice of life where it's like quick bits. And while this is quick bits, I think it adds another element to it outside of like what we normally see with like, I mean, Pat, you can like, Are You Lost? Was it like Senryu Girl, something along like those lines, where like
That was a romance, but yes.
yeah, but it's that one is for sure. But like I think like a lot of times we get the shorts where it's not like this type of show, I guess is what I'm trying to get. There are
Agreed.
shows that are similar, but nothing like this, because usually when we have like large casts like this, I always think of something like Horimiya, where we have like 6 different couples. We have 2 seasons and they're 22-minute episodes. This is the polar opposite. So just seeing how they piece together the storylines in such a quick succession, I thought was like a very fun and enjoyable watch. And that's why I kept going back to this whenever I wanted like a quick and easy watch to just turn on something. So I highly recommend it. This is one of, if not, yeah, it's one of my favorite romances ever. I love this show. Obviously, I've watched it 9 times. I'm gonna be super high on it. So yeah, 2 thumbs up. I would recommend it, honestly, anybody. Even if you're like even a little interested in romance, the episodes are so quick and easy to watch, where you can get a taste of it and you can watch the entire thing in like less than 2 hours. So yeah, I'd recommend it to everybody.
Yeah, 2 hours on the dot because they are 12-minute episodes with a 1-minute OP. So if you're skipping OPs, 2 minutes, 120 minutes on the dot. But yeah, so I would also recommend this show. I think with I guess with the caveat of, if you don't love it after the first episode, don't worry. There's, those aren't the only couples that they introduce in the show. The large cast helps a lot to mitigate some of my frustrations with the show that arise pretty much right away. I hated 2 of the first 3 couples that they showed, or the in the show. So I was kind of just cringing and not loving it. But it did grow on me pretty quickly once I got through the next few episodes. So I also, like Kat, would recommend this to most people. I think, and Pete, I suppose too. It doesn't really go too deep into any one particular thing, which I think will help people who its genre isn't, not to mention the runtime, but also it also touches a lot of different couples, that are have these at least enough quirks with them to make them not feel exactly the same, which I think is a lot of fun as well. So yeah, we're definitely going to talk a lot about the couples today, and we have some advanced analytics from our Discord server. uh, Technically speaking, right? Are we doing like EPA? Drake May,
Ranked voting. Pro Football Focus has this couple ranked number 6.
So, yeah, it's like Christian.
Christ.
It's gonna be Christian McCaffrey at like 16 out of 30 somehow, because his run blocking has been bad or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Me and Preston were talking about that yesterday. He's ranked like last in Pro Football Focus in rushing or something like that because of how
it's
runs.
because of his running. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's a receiving back and the West
So
Coast offense.
so
Yeah.
silly.
Well, it's just like that's the proof of like numbers don't mean shit. Like, oh, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's technically right. That's a pretty shit stat, right? So,
True.
you know, Thank you, Michael Scott and Michael Jordan. And Wayne Gretzky. What's the fine? Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's talk more about something that we want to talk about, like Tsuredure Children. So yeah, again, this show we kind of already covered it with our first impressions. It's not really much of a synopsis. It covers, but I'll do it for Miles anyways. It's all about young love. It's about these high schoolers that all go to the same high school. There's like 7 different couples or 8, more, maybe more even, that we don't really get a ton of screen time with, or we get like one episode with. The episodes are kind of broken up into 3 or 4 minute segments as well that bounce between the couples, what they're going through, what it's like being young and in love, and especially for people of very, very different personalities, all at the same high school. So yeah, pretty lighthearted, and but spoilers going forward if you are worried about being spoiled about a young love anime, I guess. But yeah, let's get right into it. I think our first talking point probably just should be our the format of the show. I mean, I was kind of just talking about it. It's got a larger cast with a lot shorter runtime, 12-minute episodes instead of 24. What do we think? Do we like it? Do we think that it's good for this show, or just better in general for compared to other anime, or that might have like a smaller cast with more time, like a, I don't know, like a, I guess a Toradora, right, has a main focus of like 1, maybe 2 couples with a longer runtime. What are your guys' opinions on that? Who wants to go first?
I would love to go.
Pete, please. It is
Okay.
your show, literally.
Okay, because I want to defend this, because I think most people, even though this is me coming from somebody who absolutely loves this show, I don't want it to be 24 episodes or 24 minutes or 22 minutes or whatever. I don't. Because what I like about this show is that it's giving the Sports Center top 10 highlights of the couples and not the full game. And it's presented in that manner. And I like that it presents it in that manner. I like that we're getting these 2-3 minute bits of each couple doing whatever various activity. I'm not looking for another Horimiya. I'm not looking for a cast that is going to be, because we mentioned earlier, there's like 4 or 5 couples in the manga that are not even included in the anime. And when you have like an over bloated cast, it gets really hard to pick and choose runtime. And we actually see that in this as well. But I think because this show is so short and quick, that even if it is a couple that maybe gets half the runtime as of another couple, I think that's fine. I don't think everybody needs equal playing time, but because of the shorter format, I think it just works. And so I appreciate like how it's formatted in its way. I would say that I would prefer to maybe like cut 1 couple maybe and have it just like a smidge smaller of a cast, but I like the idea of this highlight show style show and not the stereotypical, let's build 9 episodes to a hand-holding scene or something along those lines. How about we just do a bunch of different variations of couples and each is their own experiences in these short bits. We have the people who date on episode 1. We have people who start dating on episode 12 or something like that. Like, to me, that's awesome. And I like that format. So I prefer this larger cast, shorter runtime style of shows. And I'll be honest, I wish we got more of it, especially for like manga that maybe are not super popular, well-renowned, just like middle of the road style of shows where just give us the highlights and we're going to have fun with it. And I had so much fun with Cat.
Yeah. So I very much agree with Pete there. I do wish there were more that were like this. And to be honest, I think just kind of build upon what he said. When we go into like some of these couples and try and like tunnel down further into their into their own dynamics and build farther into that, even if we tried to make one full show that was just like this couple, I don't think that there would be enough to keep it interesting, even if it was just like a 12-minute miniseries like this, or like if it was just focused on that one couple, because I find myself in this a lot of times with some romance anime that are not like My Dress Up Darling, but not the most popular ones, right? It's just kind of boring, and I feel like this can this style is a lot more enriching by basically kind of not diluting, but like spreading out a lot of these different couples so that so that we get a lot more concentrated moments with those couples. So we can go from one scene to the next and it not be like, okay, now I know what this random cat is doing for the last 4 minutes because this person has been looking at them for God knows how long. What did that have to do with the rest of the show? Honestly, and I putting this into perspective, I feel like what's it called? Not Imaru. The Uzaki-chan probably would have fared a little bit better as a 12-minute episode.
That is a million percent Uzaki-chan would have been way. Same with like Nagatoro as well. I think this would have been way better as 12-minute shows.
Like it would have had a lot more time just to develop it, and we wouldn't have to watch this random cat that has a stupid fucking face and balls just stare at the camera for 4 or 5 seconds at a time. But yeah,
really confusing for people who have not seen Uzaki-chan.
That's me. So there we go.
There's like a cat character that does like the Office look into the camera shit.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah,
I was hoping you would have said like 6 or 7 seconds.
No,
but we got to engage with Gen Alpha, Pete.
We're a podcast. Gen Alpha's not listening to podcasts.
Yeah, they are. They're listening to Impulsive and all the good stuff like us. I agree with your point, Pete, that you made earlier. Kat, that was a great point, though, about Uzaki and like Nagatoro. I think there are a lot of shows that would fare better in this format, not necessarily maybe in the because this show goes even one step further than just being like a 12-minute segment. It really is kind of like 5 3-minute episodes or 4 3-minute episodes in an episode. And there's really no rhyme or reason to it in terms of sequential order, I don't believe. But I really like it, especially for this show with the number of couples that it has, because it kind of makes it feel like each day at school, and as you're progressing through the year, you see, oh, this little update or that little update or this change, rather than I don't know, like for example, the story with Kana. God, I can't remember the couples' names altogether, but
do their trope.
The bits. What is that?
They always do the bits with each other.
Oh, the bits. Oh, okay, yeah.
The
So
comedy
the two
bits.
that are always like doing skits back and forth to try to communicate to each other. I think if I watched 2 episodes of that in a row, or even a 12-minute episode of that, it wouldn't have been as funny. It wouldn't have been a hit as well as it did, stretched out over those 12 episodes in those 3 or 4-minute segments that we would get. I think that the structure of the show makes it so much better. Yeah, I also liked it because then when the couples that I didn't like were on screen, I could look at my phone and pay attention. I'm kidding. I did watch, but I was, but it did make it easier to digest that. No, well, that's the thing. Like, if I wasn't watching it for the critical reason, then I would have done that. But instead, what I did though is I'm able to sit there and be like, brace my teeth and just feel like there's only 2 more minutes left of these two on screen, like that kind of thing. And then I don't see them again for another 2 episodes. So I think that that's the way I really so I agree with what both of you guys said. I think that this format works really well for this. You mentioned Senryu Girl earlier, or I forget how that was said in English, but oh no, that is the English.
I think that is. Yes, I think that is.
It's Senryu Shoujo in Japanese, Senryu Girl in English. There you go. That show, I think, is a great example of another romance that is done in this way, where I think there are side characters, but it's really about the main 2. And that show works, though, because there's more of a steadiness to what's going on versus, like you said, Pete, the SportsCenter top 10 or just the highlights, so we're not watching the all 22.
Yeah, exactly.
We're watching the game highlights of the day with each couple or whatever. Scott Van Pelt is narrating us through this, and it's great. I really think that that's a good analogy too for this, because that's how it felt, and I think that helps the show significantly. And it would be cool to see. I wonder what other shows, like, can we think of anything other than Nagatoro and I mean, those are the 2 most obvious ones, right? Like Nagatoro and Uzaki-chan. Like, would I haven't seen this show, but I'm thinking like an office romance. Because I don't know if Wotakoi would be better that way. It almost feels like that already. But what about the other My Senpai's Annoying?
That
Like
okay,
Pete
that's
and
funny. So
Kat. Is that
I was looking at my manga shelf. I was like, mid-tier, like office romance would go really hard with 12 minutes because there's a lot of stuff in those mid-tier office romances that are just no one cares.
Don't need to be
like straight up, nobody
There's,
gives a fuck.
there's like Ganbare
Honestly,
Doki-chan, right? Didn't that air like a few years ago? Ganbare Doki-chan or something like
I think
that.
that's
It's
a
like
short
this.
though, isn't it?
It is. It is. Well, yes, it is a short already, but I wonder if that's how they actually got it made. You know, it's only 3 minutes too, isn't it? It's not
Yeah,
even
yeah, yeah.
12.
oh,
Yeah, that one's
oh.
fun.
I like that one
one's
a
fun.
lot. Yeah.
That one was really fun. But sorry, Kat, go ahead.
So probably, it's gonna be hot.
I think it depends on how many characters you're trying to develop.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where I'm leaning with it, with like something like My Senpai is Annoying, where it's like I think the main couple is like the only like thing people care about, and when it's like that, then do 12 minutes. But you brought up Waterkoi. I think people really like the other couple as well, and having time to develop that couple makes sense for me for like a 22-minute episode.
That makes sense. Pete, I guess you kind of brought this up in your opening thoughts.
Wait, did
but,
Kat have something, or did you got lost in?
Yes, I
You got lost
did.
Oh,
in
you did?
thought.
Oh, shit. All right, then. What
So
were you gonna say, Kat?
I think a show that would probably do really well as and really well as a 12-minute would probably be a condition called love.
Ooh, I disagree heavily with that one. Because there are a lot of things outside of their relationship that they delve into.
Oh yeah. But specifically for the relationship, I feel like I actually no, I feel like they could delve into that in those 12-minute episodes effectively.
Ooh.
Because like I feel like cutting out some of the well, not necessarily cutting out some of the characters, but like having those having some of the content be diluted or concentrated further down into some of those some of the moments that are like heavier, and giving that like maybe its full episode. I think that would probably
Wait,
work
so
a
do you
little bit
want it to
more
be a
towards
full
later.
episode, or do you want it to be a
No,
short?
no. Like I want it to be a 12-minute episode, but that 12-minute episode just be that one scene.
Like trim the
Essentially, is what I'm
fat,
trying-
basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say speedrunning trauma, normally a bad storytelling technique.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I
did
like
that.
I like a fat on my bone. So yeah, that's more my. I think I'm leaning towards Pete
Oh,
on this one, but I don't know this
If
show.
Netflix didn't ruin it, The Way of the House Husband, I think it
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it actually is a short, but they ruined. I just think it looks terrible. But
It's a slideshow.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
That's what
I
it
guess
is?
it's
Yeah.
like low stakes, like comedy romance. If there's something like above like lightheartedness, I think it needs the runtime. If it's something like poking fun at stuff and being jokey joke, I think 12 minutes is perfectly fine.
That's fair.
That's fair. Pete, you mentioned this a little earlier. I guess Kat, you did as well. That these are both rewatches for you.
Yeah.
And Miles specifically was wondering, like, what do you think it is about this show that? And Kat, you mentioned you wanted to rewatch it, so it was good timing on your part too. Here, or by me, for you guys. So you're welcome, by the way. What do
Yeah.
you think is the reason why you came back to rewatch it? Because Miles says he didn't really he enjoyed it less on a rewatch. I don't
Damn.
know if I'd want to rewatch it. I would want more, if anything, or
Sure.
I would go read maybe I'd go read the manga, since I know it's 4 coma, so it's pretty. That would be like a night's worth of reading. I think that if anything, I would do that. But I'm curious to hear why you two. Maybe we start with Pete here, as the 9-time rewatcher. Why you keep coming back to it? I know you mentioned it's short, so it's easy. But
Yep.
like, is there anything else to it? Do you think?
Well, I mean, for me personally, it's just enjoyment is my number one factor when watching. Like, I love discussing it with you guys and everything like that, and being critical and diving into it. But at the end of the day, my favorite thing is just, did I have fun watching this? And with this show, it's a home run. Couple things. I think I mentioned in my first impressions, the voice acting in this show is so stacked, especially on the Japanese side. Like, it is like an all-star roster of voice actors and voice actresses. The English also has some high profile like actors, and I just, every time I watch it, I feel like I pick up something new. Like this time, like I always remember Katori, who's the "Hello, my little kitten," that guy. Like,
Yeah.
in the dub, he's doing his math test. He's like, if X equals sexy, then I equal X, or something like that. It's just like, I completely missed that joke. And it's just like, or maybe I just didn't remember it, because I always remember the "my little kitten" part, but like, he has other parts of the show that I just forgot about. So it's like picking up on these things of characters that I enjoy that I just forgot about. And it makes it fun to rewatch. And then like seeing, I guess for me, it's like, when you finish it, in my head, I more remember the end result of the couples. And sometimes, and then when I go back and rewatch it, it's like, oh yeah, that's how they got to know each other. Yeah, that's how they developed feelings for each other. And it's just fun, man. Like, straight up. Like, I think the cast is great outside of like one couple. I think it looks really pretty for a anime that came out in 2017. Looks really good, especially by a studio that, Pat, you mentioned. You said, "Oh, I'm sure I've watched something from them." You actually haven't.
I looked like 10 minutes after I said that, and I was like, "Oh God, no,
Yeah.
I haven't. Thank God."
Yeah, they
It's like,
they do
it's-
very specific style shows. Though they did do Silent Witch this year, which was fantastic. That one looked like much outside of their realm of like what they normally do.
witches, man. You got me. I'm hooked. I'm in.
Bochi the Witch is fantastic. So yeah, I mean, there's just so many different elements. It's just, but at the end of the day, I know that if I turn this on, I'm going to have fun with it, and so that's the biggest factor for me.
That's fair. What about you, Kat? What is there anything else there that maybe Pete didn't touch on, or is it all kind of the same? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm. It's a little different for me. So for me, a lot of it does come down to enjoyment. But as you know, I like watching bad anime. I like watching shows that other people just really don't want to touch. Partially because I think it's fun to talk about. I think it's fun to talk to other people about how awful like a floating car in a show where the cars don't float is. How much fun it is to talk about a how much fun it is to get a rundown of an awful romance, an awful fantasy romance over and over and over again week after week and be the person that's doing or be the person that's watching along with it. That's so much fun. The thing is that with those shows, and even shows that are like really, really good, like say things like 91 Days, I'll throw you a bone, 86. Like even shows like
People
that,
like those shows.
like yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
like,
I thought you were saying those were bad shows.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
No.
what?
That's why I said I'll throw you a bone.
Oh, okay, I got
86.
it. My
Throwing
fault.
me a bone, not you, Pete,
My
because you
fault,
think
my
it's
fault.
bad.
No. But like even with shows like that, like it's hard for me to rewatch them because there's a lot of substance with those shows. It's really hard for me to like go over this and my brain going, okay, this is all the stuff that happened here, this is all the stuff that happened here, and then I'm replaying it in my head and I'm just like, I don't feel like watching this again. With Tsuredure Children, it's really just, okay, I'm gonna sit down. There's a bunch of these couples here. It's a couple minutes at a time. It's fun, and I'm able to shut my brain off, and I'm able to relive it because there's not a lot of stakes in it, and that's the positive thing for me. Like just being able to like it's the NCIS thing. Yeah, sure, they're in a war zone, but we all know they're not gonna die. So unless.
No, I get what you're saying though. Like the stakes are a little lower in this compared to just to use the example you use, like in '86, rewatching it, like you said, you're gonna be thinking about, oh, when does this scene happen or what's happening here? Like Oh man, it's hard to rewatch because already know. Versus like for this show, for one, I think the fact that it's a comedy makes it a little easier to rewatch, right? Like it's
Yeah.
why do you think people circle back to The Office and Friends? It's like good background noise, it's familiar, and it's very surface level. Like yeah, there's stuff that happens of consequence, but it's not, "Oh god, I missed that scene," or I missed, "Oh, why is this person dead now?" Like it might be in like
Yeah.
Chicago Fire where people actually die, by the way, unlike NCIS. No, people die in NCIS too, a lot actually, probably more than Chicago Fire. But that war is never gonna be over here in our
No,
server,
no,
and I
no, no,
love
no.
that. But yeah, so
Talking
I
about
think that makes
NCIS,
sense
not
though.
war.
But no, it does make sense what you're saying though, Kat. Like, and I think you're both right. Like, I think that's where like if I was forced to rewatch this, I'm sure I would still enjoy it. I think the character you pointed out, the I consider, I guess he's the what did he call himself? The woman machine? No, what was it in the sub? The blonde
Yeah, the
who's
sex
like
idol.
sex idol. That's what it was.
Was
Okay,
it?
yeah.
Oh, I just threw that out there. I have no idea if that's what it
Or what,
was.
or it was something like that. Yeah, he called himself that eventually. I referred to him in my head as the theater kid, but, like when I first started watching, because he was so dramatic and, like, whatever, and then he kind of honed in on whatever he was doing. But, like, he's an example. There were multiple scenes that he was in where he was moving around so fast and doing stupid stuff that I lost track of him almost, like I was just enamored trying to read what he was saying. Like there's probably a little things that you could pick up rewatching the show versus watching it the first time through, especially because it does bounce around quite a bit, or a lot of the jokes are very much like one-liners or zips or quips, whatever you'd want to call them. But yeah, all right, well that makes sense. I'm glad you guys enjoyed your rewatch quite a bit. We have managed to talk about this show and meander our thoughts and haver a little bit for over 30 minutes without talking about the specific couples. But I think that that's partly because we were intentionally saving it all to be done together. Why don't we start doing that now? So, Pete, do you want to start with the data of the polls of
Ooh.
all of us who watched, or do you want us to maybe talk about our first?
Yeah,
Like, I don't know. I think that'd be
how
interesting.
about we get our thoughts on the couples, and then I will present to you. We did a rank voting style between everybody in our Discord, and I got the results of our top 5 couples. We did like 8 or 9. There are some that are just kind of like thrown together. I don't even know if you would consider them a couple type of thing, but I guess yeah. Let's get your guys' thoughts on like your favorite couple and maybe least favorite couple.
Yeah, like we did ranked choice voting. Like it felt very political. It
It
was
was
fun.
very political.
It
Yeah.
was it was pretty funny, like, sitting there and, yeah, their battle lines are being drawn, this is a war zone now. I
Yeah.
guess I can probably start. I forget who I put as my favorite. I know I do. No, I remember who I put. Never mind. How could I forget them? I forget their name. They're their names. I am just stalling so that until I could find them. My favorite couple was Ayaka Kamin, and where did the boy go? Was it Takaru Goda, I think?
Yep.
Wow, good for me. I loved their couple. It totally isn't because Ashley and I are very similar to them in in like a lot of capacities, personality types and everything. It totally isn't just that. It might be just that,
It
but
might be.
I thought they were it might be just that, but they were very cute too. I'm glad I was always smiling when they were on the screen. I appreciate that they both overcome a little bit of their own fears, or the like, because like some of these couples have their problems that then extrapolate upon themselves, and there's some replication there. And even these guys, it's like the miscommunication aspect of things is like their main problem as a couple. But like the miscommunications usually get resolved with these two because they figure it out, or they talk about it, or they try to be better for the next time. And I think that that's something that I really appreciate, something that Ashley and I really focus on ourselves. And I related a lot to their like how to communicate to each other what they are feeling or what they're thinking in the moment. Like that's something that they showed good character growth, and I liked that a lot. They were my favorite couple. My least favorite couple, similar to Miles, I assume is this is least favorite, is the teacher or the student class president and the Gyaru Genki girl, whatever. Not Genki. Genki's the wrong word. I
The
I
delinquent
didn't like
girl.
the Linklet girl, yeah. I mean, I guess technically my worst couple would be Sex Pistol and the random
Oh, you didn't like
cat.
them?
I mean, I thought they were okay, I thought they were funny, but they didn't feel like an actual couple to me, right? So maybe is that where the embrace debate, are they a couple or not? I don't know.
If
They
you
barely
dealer's choice.
they were in like 2 scenes together too,
I
so
left
it's like
them
it's
out of the
hard to know.
voting, but if that was your favorite,
You
I mean,
did?
they were
Okay.
super fun. So
They were fun, but they weren't really a couple. So I
yeah,
guess excluding them then, yes, I would say it was easily uh yeah, I didn't like the premise of how their relationship started. I know that that's like flirting and they clearly both had some interest with each other in general, but at the end of the day, he held something above his position of power above her. I really didn't like the way that that's set up. And then just going forward, it was literally just him like being a sex pest to her, and I get it was in the name of trying to get her to come out of her shell and ask for what she wants and become a better person and learn how to be studious and whatever the hell else. But like, man, that I did not like them on screen. They were the couple that I would have looked at my phone on at if because I could not stand them.
damn.
I didn't I and again, like even one of their scenes felt so self-aware that it was dumb. The whole point where she's saying, "What do you like about me?" And he just keeps saying, "Oh, your boobs or your smile or your face or whatever." She's like, "Well, my personality is no good for you." And like he doesn't say anything specific about her personality that he really liked. He says, "No, but I do like your personality. I guess he's like, I like how you're coarse and rough or whatever." But like, I don't see how they are a couple versus the others all kind of got along. And to be fair to them, though, too, at the same time that I'm ranting about this, no couple gets really that much in depth, uh, like layers where you're like, oh, it makes sense that they're a couple, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to be too
I will
unfair to
actually
them, but
defend the couple that you picked first. That they do have layers.
well, that's why I liked them the most.
Yeah,
But I guess my point was like the majority of the couples, it's just, oh, haha, these two end up paired together. Let's see their hijinks versus these two actually made sense. My favorite couple, but like these two, it's like, oh, bad girl, good boy, like, whatever. But uh, uh, I don't know. It just felt like someone said, "Oh, that'd be a funny dynamic," and put them together. So, versus at least the other couples, I agree, had like a smidge. It's just, but it's hard because of the format of the show, like we were talking about earlier, right? Where there isn't time for that character development.
yep.
There isn't time to show them on dates other than when those dates are them breaking up or them kissing for the first time or them like that kind of thing. So I don't think that that's fair, but I've been talking for too long. Please, who wants to go next? Let's, Cat,
Sure.
you go next. Let's hear it.
Ooh, this is about to be spicy because it's gonna feel like I just switched sides for no reason. My favorite couple is actually your least favorite.
Base.
Um, so, and here's the reason why. So, the first time I watched this show, like years ago, the one thing that I remembered about the show was, hey, I remember this couple where the dude is a sex pest and the chick kind of feels like she's, being, taken advantage of. And on my rewatch, it felt, I don't know, maybe it's like I tell myself that yes, it is because if this was happening in real life, I would be like, oh, this is kind of fucked up. But because this is media and because I know at the end of the day it's not going to, hopefully, it's not going to end up in a bad spot, like, I kind of enjoyed it. And I enjoyed it a lot more on my rewatch than I did the first time because like it's one of those things where hey, I know it's not going to end terribly. That's one of the reasons why I really really like this. I really like their dynamic. I was always like kind of laughing along with it, like tentatively, but it was fun. I think my least favorite couple was the sex idol, whatever,
You like
the blonde
wait.
dude.
You like the president and the delinquent girl, but you hate the sex guy?
I didn't say I hated him.
You said they were your least favorite couple.
Yeah, least favorite. I didn't say I hated him.
I technically you're right.
Yes, that's what it means.
Which is the best form of being correct.
Exactly.
No doubt about it.
Like this is I feel like this is a thing where you're not used to me having these having more compressed opinions where it's not like
So you
I
like
love
every
this and I
couple.
hate this.
You like
Yes, I do
okay.
like every couple.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I like every couple. It's just that one is kind of like a 7, and one's kind of like a 9. So it's like,
That's fair.
it's not like, holy shit, I love this. Praise God, this is terrible. Go to hell. So yeah, like there, I like all the couples. It's a very fun time, and I like, as much as I would like to like jump into the ring and start like hitting on like fucking punching on my favorite couple, like I can't say that I dislike any of the couples. So
Mhm. That makes sense. What about you, Pete? Who's your favorite and least favorite?
So I want to do a favorite and a best because I like this show because there are levels of the like couples, like how advanced their relationship is. So Pat mentioned Ayaka and Goda, which I loved because they did like the thing where you saw why Ayaka fell in love with Goda, but then he keeps doing those things and it makes her jealous. So I love that it's like, oh, he's such a good guy, but I only want him to be a good guy to me. And I was just like, this is great. Like, she's experiencing like high level jealousy for the first time. Goda just trying to be like a good person is like getting in trouble with his girlfriend. And that's high school, right? Like, sometimes when you're that age, you just get in trouble for shit you didn't even mean to do. Like, I guess that happens now too, but like, I feel like especially in high school that happened, where it's like you were looking at that girl for too long. You can't go over to her house with 9 of your friends. That's cheating or something like that. It's like, okay, pump the brakes a little bit. But that's high school. So like I love that they showed that dynamic with a couple. My favorite couple though is Chizuru and Sugawara, the saxophone player, and the soccer guy, because they had like a great mix of will they, won't they, and sort of figuring it out together, that they got more and more comfortable with each other throughout the episodes. That I really like that progression where, Chizuru is the shy, quiet girl. Not really quiet, but like definitely not putting herself out in front as the other people are. And so she kind of is, yeah, she's at a loss of why the hot soccer player would be interested in her. Like, of course, that logically wouldn't make sense to her. Like, he doesn't like me. Why would he like me? And then you kind of see it from Sugawara's perspective of like why he does like her. And like, just because you're quiet doesn't mean like I don't think you're cute. Like, I think you're cute. Like, it doesn't matter that you play saxophone and I'm a soccer guy. Like, I love all these things about you. And that's one thing I wish we got to see more of. Like, I want to see more of that couple. And I you know what? I should probably just read this manga. I've watched it 9 times. I should probably just read it once. So they're my favorite. My least favorite couple is that stupid ass couple that got like the pudding and like the behind the where the nerdy guy had like be like, yo, dude, like she made this for you, not for us. And he's like, no. She brought 2 jars. It's like, yeah, dumbass. They're both for you. Like, he like says it like straight to his face, and then she's like, yeah, dumbass. And he's like, oh, maybe. Like, I hate that where it's like they were so upfront with like what they were doing, and then I still don't understand. Like, I hated that couple so much. I wish a soccer ball took off his head. But yeah, those were my favorites and least favorites.
I like the wingman coming in though too. Like I thought that their discussion about it, where he tries to lie to him about having, oh, I'm gonna go see the movie with a friend from middle school. I like but that then he felt too guilty to lie. But then the other friend is like, bro, it's okay, I get it. If you lied about it, it must have been important to you. Uh, but then it comes crashing back
Yeah.
down when it's a real. It's a girl. Like I thought that segment was one of the better ones. And then I get where you're coming from with yeah, like all of these couples are so dumb. Like,
Yeah, but
just figure it out.
I
But
was-
it's high school. I know.
I was
I get
so
it.
dude.
I get
My high school girlfriend that I dated for 7 years liked me for 2 years. I liked her for 2 years, and we said nothing. We were dumb as shit at that age. We were so stupid.
Not
Wait.
me, but fair
I
enough.
mean, outside
No,
of Pat, I was
Yeah.
I was a dumbass, like straight
No.
up. Like, I could have had a girlfriend at 15, but instead I waited till I was 17.
Yeah, and no, I get it. I get it. I do get it. But at the same time, like they're just they it's so they're so dumb sometimes in this. Like the misunderstandings and stuff. That's something that I feel like was a pretty common theme too. I think throughout all the couples, even the ones I liked too, there was at least some level of misunderstanding, which I guess is natural, right? Especially for
Yeah.
young new relationships or naive relationships. It did get a little one notey throughout it though for me for a couple of the couples, which is why they all blend together too. It's hard to remember which again with cast I say cast bloat not in a negative way, but with cast bloat like this, it is also hard to just
Yeah.
remember everybody in less than 2 hours or just over 2 hours worth of content, you know? So I think that definitely doesn't help either. Sorry, Kat, you had a point you were gonna make?
Uh, d- I'm just gonna say that I'm glad that I got married because a lot of these things that you were like, just figure it out. Sometimes I still don't have it figured out.
And you never
So
will. And you never will. And that's
never
life.
will.
And that's just life, man. That's just life.
It's
I'm
So
just a
life.
little bit too autistic for that, man.
Just try-
It's just the way it goes.
just try your best and be a good person, and it'll work out. Hopefully.
Yeah.
You just gotta have the riz like me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been married for 5 years, my boy.
I've been single
Whatever.
for 3.
I forget
should we
what
get to the voting?
Yes,
Okay.
I well, so yeah, I was gonna say let's, well, yeah, I've been doing my thing for however long I have been doing my thing, so I forget.
Yeah, do your
But
thing.
Pete, you have the voting,
Yes.
on your end.
So these are the top 5 like couples. Some of them were like thrown together, and this is what people voted. So in 5th place, we kind of made this like a poly couple is the entire astronomy club. They got 5th
Oh,
place.
God.
I think
How?
that was one where we all, I don't know if we all did, but I do wish we had a little bit more time with those people.
I guess I wanted more time because it felt like we barely got to
Yeah.
anything from it, you know? Like, I couldn't tell if they were meant to not necessarily be poly, I doubt that was what
No,
they were
no,
trying
no,
to go
no, no.
for,
That
but,
we
like
made that. I made that poly.
no, that's funny. No, that's funny, though. That would've been funnier than whatever they did, though, because like, I can't tell who likes who there,
Yep.
you know? Like, ugh, that one frustrated me. I don't know about you, Kat, but I did not care for that arc.
I wish they had the balls to make them poly.
That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
that would've been funny. 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
All right. In 4th place, we had Pat's couple. We had Goda and Kamine. They got 4th.
That low?
Hey, 4th is good.
Wow. No, it's not terrible, but that's middle of the pack, though, at the end of the day, out of 7 or 8,
It's like
right?
we had. I think we had like we had. There's technically I think you could do like 9 couples. I only put 8. So yeah, slightly
But
above
out of-
average.
Slightly above. We would be the median. Okay.
Pretty close.
I'm kind of surprised though. I figured that I get why they aren't maybe everyone's favorite couple. I just thought that they would have been like one of the top 3 because it feels like they get the most love, so to speak.
Yeah, I feel
You
like
know, like they
I think they get the second most screen time as a couple. It's either second or third.
Hmm.
But the bit couple gets the most screen time.
yes, definitely.
All right. In 3rd place, we had my couple, Chizuru and Sugawara. I'm happy with the 3rd place finish. I honestly didn't think people liked them as much as I did, but some people did. So shout out to
I
the
like
people.
I thought that they were very cute and they are very like again the same nodiness is there, but it's I find the way that like you explained it earlier, she doesn't even think that he looks at her. Like I think that
Mhm.
that's like a good way to look at it and for her to come to terms with that and like the ending is very sweet too by the end of it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So I can appreciate that. I would have been very mad if they didn't end up at least like hinted to be together by the end of it. That would have made me very very mad.
And you made a really good point because it's one of my favorite scenes in the entire show where she doesn't think he's looking at her, and then when they're swimming, he straight up tells her, "No, I'm looking at you." And I'm just like, "My boy, let's go!"
Yeah.
I love that
Let's-
scene. Oh,
Riz
that's such a
W.
great scene. All
That
right,
was a good scene.
in 2nd place, Pat's not gonna like this. We had Akagi and Ryoko, the president and the delinquent girl, coming in 2nd place,
Yes, sir.
which also is my 2nd favorite couple. I think they're great. I think they're fantastic.
Can I propose a question here
Sure.
with no hate? I get why we think they're funny
Yes,
and why their relationship dynamic is funny.
yes.
What is it about Kaji, or the girl in this relationship, what does she do for people in any capacity? She has offered so little emotional depth that I don't see how they're fun as a couple, other than like I guess their banter back and forth. Is that
Yeah.
enough?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
okay,
it is.
fair. I guess so. Yeah, like you like being bullied. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. Oh, I'm too lovey dovey for that bullshit.
I mean, me too, but
I say bullshit, but yeah,
everything's
fair
got
enough.
everything's got its place.
I am a multifaceted man. I enjoy being bullied and I enjoy being lovey-dovey. Two things can be true at once.
True.
And
We got a bunch of sadists
relationships
in
are
this
large
call.
enough.
Hey.
I am a sadist.
Okay, fair enough. Let's
All
moving
right,
on. Pete, who was the first one?
Okay, let's.
I am the one who bullies.
Hey, what's who's on first? Okay, and in first place, and we haven't even mentioned them, and I absolutely love this couple so much, is Yuki and Jun, which has the best scene in the whole
Yes.
series where they do the fake pregnancy text with his sister. And that scene is so funny. Yuki is an incredible character. She plays her role so well. Like, their couple, it's Yuki and Jun. It's just Yuki. Let's be real. She carries every scene. The sister does some bits and pieces, but they're fantastic together. Like, I love that's like, I don't know, like, yeah, will you go out with me? Hee, maybe. Yeah, actually I do. I don't know. Their back and forth is really fun. I like seeing the guy get flustered instead of it's always the girl type of thing. And yeah, big fan. So shout out to the Discord for the number one. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's if they weren't if they were as memorable as the president and the delinquent, I would probably have them much. They would have been who I rewatched them for, but this is like they are it's absolutely completely fair why they are number one.
For me, the reason why is like you said, Pete, it's Yuki. Yuki's great, and the reason I just didn't mention them as a couple is, again, I think she deserves better.
Yeah,
This guy
no,
is
for
nothing.
sure.
This guy is an idiot and doesn't get it, and it's like the whole bit for all 4 or 5 segments that they're in is her doing the right thing and flirting with him. I did love the fake pregnancy. That was hilarious. That was a very good
Yeah.
segment. But like the whole time, it's just the same note of her doing the right thing and trying to get what she wants and like help him come out of the shell that he's in. And it's him not doing it. It was frustrating as hell for me. I loved her as a character. I found the guy insufferable because of that, even though I get it. Like, but so that's why as a couple, I'm not their average is brought way down by this guy. It's like, I don't know, like what's a good example of like a Jekyll and Hyde even or something like that. Like I really, really did like her as a character. I thought she was one of the better characters and more fleshed out too. But then the guy, June, what? Oh, I'm nervous. I'm scared that she doesn't like me. Like what? Like what? What? She likes you. She's literally telling you she likes you in like 20 different
Yep.
ways, bro. Like, come on, you know? Oh, it's driving me nuts.
Look,
But yeah,
man, I gotta defend my boy because the social anxiety is real, Brody. Like it just be like that.
have you ever tried just like being an extrovert like me? You know, like it would be just your
not
life would
only
be
have
so
I
much
tried,
easier.
I am a social extrovert. I just am also socially anxious.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I gotta get my batteries recharged sometimes. I gotta chill. I
Yeah.
gotta pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah,
You guys should try not doing that next time.
Hey, I'm just gonna say,
that'll,
100% it's because I'm getting older. That's 100% what it is. Like, I value sleep more than anything now.
based
It changes
sleep is
everything.
our one true love. We
True.
always say it. Yeah,
Don't
no
let
doubt
Ashley
about
hear that.
What? No,
What?
she didn't
Okay.
hear nothing.
Before we get to final thoughts, I got one more question for you guys. With the dynamics of the couples in this, I feel like a lot of it is the opposites attract. And I would say, is there any type of couple like trope that you wish you saw from the story that you would like to see? Personally, I would have liked to seen like a couple that's not opposites attract, like they are like the same. Like I like it when it's like what's the Sheldon Cooper's girlfriend, whatever, in Big Bang Theory, where it's just like two uber nerds dating type of thing. Like,
Yeah.
Frickin' frack or whatever.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. I would love to see like a couple that is like that in this type of show, where it's they're kind of not the same as the other couples. Did you guys have a trope or something like that that you would like to see?
I would.
I was just gonna say, just to counter Pete real quick, not counter, but wouldn't you say that's what Kana and like the bit people were? I feel
Ye-
like they were very similar, and granted, they were both dumb and not able to like. They were. It was almost Kaguya like, where it was like they both didn't want to be the one to make the first move or whatever, ish. But like I felt like they were pretty similar.
The only thing that I felt different with that is I felt like Kana was doing it because of Chiaki. Like, to me, it was always like Chiaki was like starting the bit and Kana was sort of just like going with it because she liked him. It didn't really feel like she was like into it. Because there's a lot of times where she's like, stop doing a bit and just fucking kiss me. Like, so like, it's similar vein, but I guess it'd be more of like both people projecting that outside. At least for me, I felt like only Chiaki was like really projecting this jokester personality, even though Kana did it a little bit.
Fair enough. But sorry, Kat, go ahead. Were there any tropes that you wanted to see?
Yeah, so very similar to what Pete said, with the instead of same attracts, but specifically in execution, I would have loved to see something very similar to like kind of how someone has like they both have very like almost razor thin parallel like interests, and they almost feel like each other is only there because like they're only doing the same thing because they want to be with them rather than they both genuinely really enjoy the activity, and then slowly becoming more aware that hey, this is something that we both really enjoy, and they kind of like expand their relationship into things like that.
So like the astrology club members, because they both don't seem to care about astrology. They're just doing it to hang out, right? Or
Yes.
or more something else. Like what are you looking, or how is it different what you're looking for? I'm trying to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying.
It,
If you don't
Which, to
have
be
an
fair,
answer,
if you
it's
wanted
fine.
more if you wanted more astrology couple, that's
I
totally fair.
don't.
Because again, we got like 2 scenes of them. Okay, well maybe not them, but like someone like that, where it's like, yeah, they both play soccer because they just want to be around each other. Is that what you're trying to say, or is it more?
Actually, the exact opposite. They both want to play soccer, but they feel like the other person is there only because they want to spend time with them. Like the activity is the focus, but they feel like the other person has them as the focus. If that makes sense.
You want heated rivalry, the hockey show.
Oh my god!
Essentially,
Don't say
yes.
that name in front of Ashley. Holy moly! If she heard us talking about heated rivalry, I'm looking up. Oh my god!
The creator is reaching out to Carly Rae Jepsen to do season 2's opening song. Let's go!
Oh fuck!
Let's go!
The Canada connection there. Yeah. No. Oh my god. The
Shorzy crossovers are nuts, dude.
Please no.
Why
Please,
not?
no.
That'd be so fun.
Okay, for the show, sure. Do not if they incorporate anything from the book that I read in the first like 2 paragraphs, I'm scared.
Yo,
I'm scared for the
Shorzy
actors.
and that guy are just more than bros.
More than rivals,
heated
less than
rivalry
lovers.
2, babe.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad people are enjoying it.
Even though they're 2 dudes.
Yeah, what are you guys doing? Yeah, I was also wondering what you guys were doing. For the 2 dudes, it's more like
oh no, heated rivalry 2 will be the PWHL. Boom.
Can you imagine the first hockey anime we ever get, other than whatever the show that shall not be named is? Imagine it's a heated rivalry anime adaptation.
That sounds awesome.
Of like an actual hockey anime.
That would be.
That sounds
fun.
Great.
I'm glad you.
I've seen Yuri on Ice. It kicked ass. Yeah, give me heated rivalry, the anime.
Fair enough. Fair enough. For me to circle us all the way back to what tropes I would have liked to have seen. I don't really have any. So I will say like I feel like it covered a good number. Maybe just a little bit more like confident people, like not in a like cocky way, but just like, yeah, no, they're both very
Oh,
just comfortable with each other. Like something that's like almost too wholesome or too genuine. That or a student dynamic would have been great too.
well, what the fuck?
What? No, yeah, obviously
uh,
kidding about that.
FBI, open
Yeah,
up! Boop, boop,
yeah,
boop.
yeah. No,
It-
I'm very obviously
to,
kidding about that one.
to be fair, like though with that, isn't the class president and the delinquent kind of the closest that it can get without being like taboo?
Without being actually taboo, I suppose
It's not
so.
taboo
Yeah,
at all.
technically.
Student teacher.
Oh, I thought you meant the student. I think you meant
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you talked about Akagi and
Like
Ryoko.
it's a compromise.
Okay.
That's
That's
the
like as
closest they
close
can
as
get.
I think
that's like
someone
the
Pat
placebo
would have
for it.
really liked if they included the couple because she gets introduced in the later episodes, but the girl who plays in the soccer, like her couple, I
The
think would've been-
American.
yeah, I think that would have been. I call her Chisato, but her name's Patricia. I think her and her relationship would have been a great dynamic added in the anime.
Yeah, I clicked the spoiler on Mal and I was like, "Oh, that's fun. She's actually like like a foreign student. Like that's fun." And that the idea that her Japanese is bad, so she mixes up words, like that'd be fun. I would really enjoy that dynamic a
She
lot, I'm
often
sure.
mistakes the
And her
word sushi with love.
sushi and
Ski or something.
daisuki, I guess, or
Daisuke.
ski,
Yeah.
right? So that makes sense. Bang her first name as well. Patricia. That's
Oh,
yeah, I would pick that as my first name if I were a woman, I think. Shockingly.
good to
But
know.
I am not. Yeah,
I
just so
don't
you
get
know in
it.
the future. No, I don't get it either, Kat. It's okay. You're not the only one. Let's terrible bit there by me, by the way.
Yeah, boo.
Let's do our closing thoughts before I say anything else stupid. Yeah, let's do our closing thoughts on Heated Rivalry. Kat, why don't you start?
Haven't seen Heated Rivalry, but I can give you my closing thoughts on Tsuredure Children. So this show is just anime NCIS for me. Definitely not Chicago Med or Chicago Fire. The Chicago trilogy. Chicago's just not in this realm here. We've got Tokyo. Anyway, so this show is such a it's kind of like a warm hug. It's not Yuru Camp, but it's close in the way that it makes me feel. I absolutely love the show. This is a even with it being like kind of short, because I would want a season 2, just not a ton of time with all the couples and all that, but like uh I'd probably say it's 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Alrighty. Pete, what about you?
I mean, I watched the show 9 times. Like, let's be real. There are things I would change with the show, but there's nothing about the show that I don't like. And to me, it's I don't know. I think it's the best anime short that's ever been made. I just love everything about the show. It's an easy 10 for me. Like I adore the show. I need to read the manga. I'm gonna read the manga. I have vacation time. I'm gonna read the manga.
You should read it because I would also think that I'm pretty close to reading it too. I enjoyed the show enough myself after the first episode being like, "Oh god, am I going to be like the lone full-on dissenter, not just disliking one couple but all of them?" Not all of them, but most of them. The show quickly turned around for me. I'm very glad I ended up enjoying it. I think it's fun. I also don't think it's super crazy special, but like everyone else has said, it's pretty easy to I would imagine it's pretty easy to just throw on and enjoy, even if you've already seen it before. So I think 7 out of 10 is pretty good for me here. I'm feeling pretty confident in that. I would love more too. I would love more. I might read the manga just because, and then I can skip the chapters that have the characters I don't care about or the couples I don't care about. That's perfect. Oh, I'm so smart. Wow. Alrighty. But yeah, that wraps up Tsuredure Children, or our watch club discussion around it. So thank you guys for joining. We ended up with a total score
Did we get Miles' score?
of I did not, but I kind of
I can get it. Because it's not his fault that he didn't show up. So
That's fair.
he gave it an 8.
Yeah.
He gave it an 8.
+8. All right. So I will divide that real quick. I have to redo my math here. But we ended up at an 8.5 flat here for Tsuredure Children, which is about a whole point higher than its Mal score of a 7.53. I think it's pretty fair for the show. We liked it a lot. And yeah, good stuff out of it. But yeah, I guess now that wraps up what we're talking about with Tsuredure Children. Do we want to know what won?
I know it won because I saw you add it to your Mal.
Just now.
Yeah.
Literally just now, but yes. Did you get a notification for that or
Nope,
something?
I just refreshed Mal
cheating?
and you happen to be the most recent update on my Mal.
Oh, nice. Well, in third place, finishing in last out of 3, but still earning a legacy point, we got Princess Principal in all the movies and
Let's
stuff.
go.
In second place, 86 Part 2. And in first place, Uma Musume.
Let's go!
I just typed out the name of the show. Pretty Derby, Beginning of a New Era, the movie.
Let's go. Jungle Pocket,
are
Agnes Takion. Oh my god. Manhattan Cafe.
That will be-
Let's go, baby. Giddy
I
up.
do not have the money to be getting into side games like this.
Yeah,
Luckily, you
our
could
fifth
pirate it
side
for
game
free.
show.
Oh, I'm talking about the game, not
Oh, it's
not the
free.
movie. Yeah, it's free, but I will spend money on it.
Okay.
I'm bad at that. I don't have the money for that.
You just spent $800 on 3D printing equipment.
Not 3D printing equipment for one, and for two, I can make my money back with that.
All right. I can make my money back on Uma Musume.
Yeah, you can. You can enter the world championships, right, Pete? There you
Oh,
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude. We're going esports, baby.
Yeah, esports, baby. We love esports.
From
but
League
yes,
to Uma Musume.
there we go. But all right, well now that'll be the first show we watch in the new year in 2026 for Watch Club. As I guess technically not the first episode releasing because I'm guessing this isn't coming out tomorrow on New Year's Eve.
It is not.
Damn, I'm shocked. However, now we're trying some themes now as we maybe not run out of shows to nominate, but struggle more to come up with stuff that we want to nominate for the show for this year. So our first theme that we landed on because we thought it would be a good one to test it on is we have to nominate a show that aired in 2025 to celebrate the new year, to celebrate the year that we just had. We must pick a show that we haven't already watched for club, which
Or
is
movie.
actually a sizable number of them, or movie that we either watched and want to talk about, or maybe we missed it in our, all of us watch like 25 seasonals a season. Maybe one of us missed it, that sort of thing. So, Pete, since Miles isn't here, are you ready to go first?
I am. And it's a movie that I have seen. Jolene was going to nominate it, but she couldn't make it. So I'm going to nominate because I think this movie would be incredible to talk about. We all like sports. When I watched it in theater, the rotoscoping blew my mind. It was so cool. I'm nominating, and it comes out tomorrow on Netflix, 100 Meters.
Ooh, very interesting. Very interesting.
Same
I totally
author
forgot
of
that even
Orb, by the way.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So that's why Jolene wanted to nominate it if they were here. Got it. There you go. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I totally forgot that Miles gave me the show to nominate for him too. So I'm going to, Miles is nominating. I totally closed the tab like a dumbass, even though I knew I would need it open. What was that show called?
Maybe Kat can
Kat
go?
is so bad at this.
Maybe I can
Kat,
go
you
while you
go
get that
quick
back
because
up.
God damn it, I thought it was open. Oh, I'm so good at podcasting,
You are so good at podcasting, buddy. You're doing
Thank
a
you.
great job.
Nobody
I
casts
love it when
pods
my
better
I'm
than you,
so
man.
proud of you.
I love it when my friends
Kat,
lie to
what are
me.
you
Thanks,
nominating?
Pat.
What are you
Great job,
nominating?
Pat.
Let's
All right,
go.
anyway. So I have not watched a lot of seasonals this year. This year has been a very down year for anime for me. and I missed one of my most looked forward to shows of all time because the mangaka for my top 3 show of all time made this manga. I miss City the Animation, so I'm nominating that.
Hell yeah, great pick.
City the Animation, that was almost a Secret Santa for someone, I'm pretty sure. I think that's what happened. Who knows though? Maybe we'll have to figure that out. We run a Secret Santa in our Discord. You should join, by the way. It's a lot of
Twice a
fun.
year.
Twice a year. Christmas in July too. Yes. All right. I finally found the link after 30 seconds of digging. A lot of hard work there. Miles's nomination was "The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity," which I would have nominated if he hadn't, but I had the power to know he would. So I'm going to nominate something else. And I think I'm going to nominate something from this most recent season. It is Chitose is in the Ramune bottle, which I think some people have been talking about.
You can't nominate it because the last 3 episodes got delayed till April or something like that.
You are kidding me. There's no way. Oh my God. That's so.
That was one of the.
Because I was also thinking about nominating it. But then I believe it came out today that the last 3 episodes are getting delayed.
I'm so good at this. I'm very good at
Good thing we didn't record yesterday. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I was surprised how low its Mal rating was. Do you think people are bombing it because of that, or is it just mid? What's
from what I understand is that the show's first arc is terrible, and then it gets progressively better, and it doesn't stop. I've heard it's similar to the Snafu, which I'm a fan of, but I watched the first 3 episodes of the show and dropped it.
It also has a part 2 announced already, apparently, too. Look at
that. It's a
super
popular light novel, like super popular.
Makes sense. All right, well, I'll go to my backup option that I actually did come prepared with because I'm very good at this. I'm going to nominate another romance instead, or at least it seems like it. Kowloon Generic Romance will be my nomination from the spring.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm in a romancy mood, and we'll see. But yeah, so that's like we all did our job. High five, everybody. We stayed within the year of 2025. Very difficult. There's only like 150 anime to pick from per season. But yeah, I think that wraps up our shows and our nominations and our watch club. So Pete, would you mind closing us out?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about doing Pokemon Concierge, the second part, but I don't know if everyone saw the first one, so I didn't go with it. But I think I'm just gonna watch that on my own. Like, it's only 4 episodes, so like screw it.
It'll take you an afternoon. Yeah, like it's super easy.
Yeah,
I guess technically we didn't watch the first part for this show.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you have made this far and you want to support us, the best way to do so, like, comment, subscribe, leave a review on whatever platform you're watching or listening to us on, or giving me a tier 2 YouTube sub is $500 a month. You get priority access to my quarterly live stream. Otherwise, if you're so next week we are doing the review for fall, and then that is going to get us into Anime of the Year. I am still finishing up our nominations, but it is my favorite episodes of the year, so I can't wait to share everybody with the nominations. And then, as always, we're doing a donation. We'll be donating to a local food bank, so every vote is $1 towards a food bank. We do a minimum of 100, and depending on how many votes, I might have to cap it, but normally I say like up to $250, but we haven't gotten 250 votes yet, so we'll figure out when we get there. Otherwise, if you're here for Watch Club in 2 weeks, we will be watching the greatest movie of all time, Uma Musume Pretty Derby, Beginning of a New Era. Thanks, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Hey there.
Bye-bye.